Hello, Internet, and welcome to another episode of Slaying 101 here on Ggameknights. I am your host and your keeper of monsters, Savvy, and we're here to play a Monster of the Week. But before we do, I will tell you a little bit about the rest of the stuff we got going on the channel. There's links in the chat. Obviously, you can follow us on Twitter. You can join our Discord. Both places you can find our regular schedule. If you're live with us on Twitch, it is also down below our faces on the drop page. In addition to that, we have a YouTube. Go there, subscribe. You can find all of our shit. And when I say all of our shit, I mean all of our shit. We've been doing this for a long time. So if you want to go back to a time when we didn't even pretend like we knew what we were doing, you can. It's on YouTube. Our schedule is a little light this week because of the Christmas holiday specifically. So our next stream after this one will be Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time for the official rebranding of Tuesdays as Tabletop Tuesdays, because we keep playing a bunch of different games. So get ready for that. 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I think we're playing Masks. Yep, LV's nodding. I'm going to assume that's right. We're playing Masks this week.
Yes.
We will not have a Wild Space on Thursday or a Neon Souls on Friday for the Christmases. But then we will be back on Saturday for Saturday Night Star Power, and then back around again on Sunday for this. So a little light this week. Some of us are going to be streaming video games and things like that. Sean is trying to get me to do a Hitman stream, which will probably be really funny. Among other things, Pokemon Nuzlocke runs, and probably some Nancy Drew and some Phoenix Wright mixed in there somewhere. So we'll be doing stuff. Check our Twitter. That is where we talk about that. Let's have these fine folks introduce themselves, starting today with Bonus Stage Rob.
Oh, hey, that's me. Hi, I'm Rob, or Bonus Stage Rob, or bonus_stage_Rob. And you can find me at one of those names on several places on the internet: Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, occasionally. But for now, I am Professor Hinks, and I am an action scientist, which I'll never get tired of saying. I love that class, and I'd be lying if it was the only reason. If I said it wasn't the only reason I played that class was because of the name. That's me. That's what I got. Fa.
I'm next. Hi, I'm Christina Sid. You can find me on the Twitters at Greek Sid. Yeah, I won't be back till Star Power. Shit, it really is the holidays. I'll probably be lurking and watching video game streams though, because I really want to watch the rest of the Nancy Drew Savvy. I've been waiting with bated breath, so I'll be there and, avidly watching Nuzlocke runs. Anyway, today I'll be playing... You'll have to wait and see. That's me.
Savannah would not let me I was going to put like an X over Sal on the screen or something, or like the ghost, so she wouldn't let me do it.
No, it's okay.
Too
I
soon,
refuse to let you do that because the art by our good friend Witch Planet is too good to look at.
Also
Witch Planet is amazing, and I'm going to go bonkers over them shortly when new things are... Anyway, I'm going to stop talking. We love you, Witch Planet.
Hi, I'm LB Hackemup, and I'll be playing Abby and Victoria today. You find me at LB Hackemup on the Twitters and the Twitches. I'm doing stuff. Check it out.
Ellie normally talks longer than that. Hi, I'm Sean, the Kraken King on Twitter and other places. I am here whenever we are live. So, yeah, that's my schedule. Full thing on my Twitter, though I'm not sure how up to date it is. Like Savannah said, I'm doing a lot of video game streams probably after this Friday. I'm gonna have another week off, so I'll be here doing a lot of stuff. And if you missed it, we had the finale of season 1 of Neon Souls on Friday. We're gonna be back for season 2 starting on January 1st. So come join us. We're going to be transitioning to the Cypher system. Still same characters, cyberpunk goodness, but we're going to try something else out for season 2. So definitely stick around and join us for that. And today I am playing Hector the Divine and Win the Wronged.
Alrighty. Well then. You all ready to get started? And let's play a game. I can do this one for a little bit. Last time on Slaying 101, a plan was made, a trap was set, a family of demons were hunted down to a warehouse outside of town, down the street from your own warehouse. You spent quite a bit of time setting this plan up, calling in some help from an old friend, Haley, and you converged on the demon warehouse, only to find, once you set your plan in motion, that the demons had a hostage, Hector, intervening at the last moment to keep them out of danger. A fight ensued, a bloody fight in which your friend Sally, with her demon blood, was especially susceptible to whatever it is that was going on, whatever kind of magic they were using. You thought the fight ended successfully, killing 2 of the demons, taking a 3rd hostage, only to find out that you were double-crossed again, and that the hostage was not a hostage, but a trap. Ultimately, Sally died. It was very sad. As she faded away into dust, the rest of you picked up her things and set about trying to deal with the crack in the back wall that was supposedly going to open up into a hellmouth. Unfortunately, due to some science gone wrong, the portal was opened slightly wider, and taking an opportunity to try and get her friend back, Rex charged into the portal, disappearing into it before it shrunk down again and closed behind her. And it was very sad. We're gonna pick up a couple of days after all of this has happened. Abby and Wynn, and also Victoria would receive this as well, but as she's with Wynn, we'll wrap that up so you don't have to have 2 reactions. You all receive, and a few others do as well, a text to your phones with a video file on it addressed to each of you individually. You open it, and as it starts to play this recording, you see a woman sitting at a desk in an office, bookshelves sort of lining the wall behind her. She has brown skin, dark hair, with one streak of white pulled back into a bun, kind of a top knot. She's wearing a well-tailored suit. She looks into the camera and begins to speak to each of you. She says, "Greetings. My name is Camilla Villasenor, and I'm sending you this message due to the sad events of the past few days. I must first offer My condolences. Sally was an old friend of mine. Her loss will be felt across the globe and across the years. I am also her attorney and the executor of her estate. Her will has been kept up to date over these many years, and it seems it's finally time for it to be read. I would request a meeting, if possible, to sort out her final wishes. I'll be in Cedar Grove in 2 days' time. The meeting place is for you to decide. The folks mentioned in her will are Abigail Wanzer, Wynne Crowley, Victoria Keener, Travis Kelly, Rex Machina, and a Marcelo Quintana. Anyone else you wish to attend is welcome as well. So please call me when you have been able to discuss amongst yourselves, so we might finalize a plan. My regards, and see you soon.
Abby will text the group. Did you all get a message just now? I guess it's just Win, right?
Yeah. I'm not gonna make you sit here and text yourself.
Yeah.
I don't think Victoria feels like it's her place to talk about this too much.
Has somebody already called Win to?
Yeah.
At this point, okay. I
assumed one of you had called.
this would be
him.
a really bad way to find out. Okay,
Yeah.
good. So yeah, Win texts back like, oh, it takes a little bit, but eventually gets back and says, "Yeah, I just got it."
I guess it's just up to you and me. Do you want to have it at my house?
Yeah. We were already trying to book a flight, so we'll kind of speed that up, I guess. So we'll be on a flight out tomorrow. Yeah, we'll let you know when we're back in town.
All right,
Meet
let me know
you.
if you need any help getting a flight.
Yeah, it will. I think we'll be okay though.
Okay. And then Abby will set it up to be at the estate.
Okay. All right. So you have the phone number. You can call her. We don't have to play out that conversation. It's a quick phone call. You tell her where to go, and she's perfectly fine with that. So, we'll move on to that in a moment. I want to know from Sean LB specifically, would you like to, because you guys want to do a scene on the plane ride over, would you like to do that now, or would you like to wait until after this and go back to it? I'm mostly asking LB since you have to switch back and forth between characters.
Why don't we do this first, and then we'll go back and do that scene.
That's fine.
Tone switch for sure.
It could also be
That's
after.
what I
I mean,
figured.
we had thrown out the scene as being on the plane. It could be after the reading too.
Okay.
It doesn't.
I just wanted to give the option because I will bust time all up. All right, so you, the three of you, Abby, Wynne, Victoria, don't know how to get in touch with Travis, and Rex is in a portal somewhere. Does one of you call Marcelo?
Abby's never met Marcelo, right?
No, Wynne and Victoria have.
Yeah. And Wynne or Victoria would.
All right.
Probably would leave that up to you to contact, because
Victoria? Abby has never met Marcelo.
I was thinking Abby. Never mind. Yeah, Wynn would would I guess text
Okay.
them from Italy. Jeez, this is all very complicated.
Mm-hmm.
It is all
You realize people dying.
How inconvenient for all of us.
How do you drop this on Marcelo then?
Oh God! So is this assuming that Marcelo hasn't already been told? Yeah, I guess when
Go ahead and put on the sad music.
yeah, when calls. God damn it! How'd I end up being the one having to do this? When would I guess text because the time difference and everything, and just say, you know, I don't know if you're up, but when you get a chance, give me a call. It's urgent.
Okay. A couple hours later, he doesn't really sleep. Get a phone call from Marcelo. What did he sound like? He was French. Win Crowley. It has been too long.
Hey, Marcelo. Yeah, it's been a while. I'm actually out of town right now. Way out of town.
Oh?
Yeah, just heading back. We're at the airport, about to catch a flight back from Europe, Italy. Anyway.
Oh, a lovely spot. What can I do for you?
I don't really know all the details. I'm just gonna come out and tell you because I think it's just you deserve to know. Sal has well, she's gone. I guess there was a hunt and she got hurt and she didn't make it. I wasn't there when it happened.
Oh.
But there's gonna be a reading of her will tomorrow at Abby's place. I don't know if you've been there or not.
Yes.
A few of us are meeting there. Abby, myself, Vic will be there too, and some of the others are still around. So if you wanna, you're included in the will, I guess. So if I'll give you the information when to come by.
Can't believe she kept that thing up to date.
You knew about it?
Bits and pieces. Mutual friends. Does Travis know?
I don't know yet. Apparently he wasn't around when it happened either. And they had to kind of get him out of town, and he's lying low. So we can't exactly get in contact with him right now. Right. And I guess Rex also isn't there. So there won't be a lot of us around.
That's how it usually goes when you lived as long as she did.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm still kind of adjusting to, and I'm sorry that I had to tell you like this over the phone.
It's okay. Thank you.
Anytime. We'll be back in town. Our flight leaves in a bit. We should be back sometime early tomorrow. So, just if you need anything, just give me a call. I'll call you back as soon as we land.
Of course. Tell Victoria I say hello.
I will. All right. See you soon.
He hangs up. All right. Any other calls anyone wants to make? Okay.
Everyone has been. I'm just going to blanketly say, Wynn tells everyone that he knows who knew Sally, like Davian and Father Donovan, and
No,
Haley
I'm
was
not gonna
there,
make
so
you
I
do
assume, yeah.
all of this.
You have to do every single one of those calls now.
That's
Yeah,
gonna be our
God
whole
damn it, no, I'm
session.
not.
Rob is gonna be playing some of these characters. No, Haley was there.
Yeah, Haley was
so
there,
we'll
and
help sort of disperse that information.
yeah.
I only wanted to traumatize you a little bit. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So days pass. Camilla makes her way to Cedar Grove to meet you all there. You stay in contact with Marcelo. So it is Abby and Wynn and Victoria and Marcelo. Unless there's anyone else you would like to bring.
Ajax is probably there.
Okay. Anyone else? Okay. So with Ajax there for support, you all sort of sit around pretty informally. Camilla is a professional, but also seems to know the kind of people that she is dealing with. So you sit around at the house, and once everyone arrives, she kind of clears her throat and says, well, thank you for joining me today. Let's get this over with. Yeah? First, for those who are not in attendance, I will leave this to the rest of you to pass along to them. And she pulls out the papers and starts to read. Travis Kelly will receive Sally's flat in France, all her overseas assets, and a cameo of Charity, which should be in with her things. She says, because I know you of all people will use them with joy, excitement, and love. Let's see. Rex Machina will receive Sally's apartment here in Cedar Grove and the home and property she owns in New Orleans, Louisiana. She says to Rex, so you know that you always have a home with me? Moving on. Marcelo, you will receive Sally's bike, and she says, the place near the spot where it all started, and that you'll know what that means. Sally. Does not make my job easy. Abigail Wanzer, you are to receive any and all books and relics Sally picked up over the years, her words, and she says, with my full blessing and belief that no one could use or understand them as well as you. Victoria Keener, you're charged with upkeep of Sally's family estate and mausoleum, and her many anonymous funds and scholarships I will list for you until such a time as Miss Wanzer has completed her education and is fully ready and able to take them over. Victoria, she says, because I know you will feel like you need to do something, so my gift to you is that there will always be more work to do. And Wynne Crowley, you are to receive Sally's rather large collection of knives and swords and other assorted blades. I have a list of those also. She says, so you will always keep practicing. And that is that. Any questions or concerns, you're free to bring them up with me now, or I can leave you and you can contact me later. As I said, my condolences. Sally's loss will be long felt by many. And thank you for inviting me into your home.
Of course.
And she'll leave you.
Y'all want to get drinks to the Centurion?
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah. And I think if he hasn't until this point, like, does go and like give Abby a big hug, like after all of this.
Yeah, and that makes her cry more, because it always does.
You heard anything from Trav?
No, I don't. I can't get a hold of him. I've been trying magically, and it's just not. He must be in like a actual magic bunker.
Okay. And I assume nothing else on Rex yet.
No. Not that I can trace.
Okay. Well, as long as Trav isn't running around there using my face, guess I can forgive him for missing this. I'll keep doing what I can to find him.
Maybe I should go through Rex's stuff. Do you know all of her hiding spots?
No, and honestly, I'm kind of afraid to go try to get into their place, and that's going to explode or something.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm sure they'll be back. We'll figure out how to find them. I need a drink, though, right now, because it's been a really long day.
Yeah. Okay. I think Abby actually has a drink. She has, doesn't Sally usually drink scotch? She attempts to drink scotch, but really it just ends up being more sugar than anything else. And she is wearing Sally's jacket the whole time.
Right. The three of you. Marcelo does not invite himself.
We do invite. I invite
Unless he's
Marcelo.
invited.
Yeah, invite everyone that was there. If Wynn's met the others, Hanks and Hector, when they got back and stuff, like, would have invited them too.
I assume Hector would probably go. Your friend Professor Hinks is busy.
Okay.
Hinks, since all of this went down, probably for the last couple of days, has not left the warehouse.
Okay.
Where the portal is. They go parked outside.
Invites Haley, because she was there too. And then, gets everyone a round of drinks and has 3 empty cups. One for Sal, one for Travis, one for, 3 glasses for put out for the 3 of them as well.
Unless, Hinks, you do want to be there for this. I don't want to tell you can't.
No, I think that the invite went unanswered.
Okay. And just does
when can you afford all this?
I'm employed now, so things pay pretty well. To Sal.
Sal.
Get you another ice cube.
Please. Why does it hurt so much? Why do you drink this?
I don't. I hate it, but it's what Sal would want me to drink.
Okay. I'm sorry you had to find out over the phone.
Me too. Sorry I couldn't be here. I should have been.
Nobody could have known.
Well, I'm here now. I'm not going anywhere else. So, if you need me for any other jobs or anything comes up,
yeah,
you can call me. And I'll give you my new address, too.
You're not living in the Haven?
No. My parents gave me their old house here in Cedar Grove.
Oh.
So I'm going to be living there. But I'm working over at the museum. Well, working.
Yeah.
I got to meet up with Donovan, though. He's already got an assignment for me that I got to get on. So, but I'll be in town if you need help.
Well, same goes for you if you need help research or anything. Researching anything.
I know who to call.
Thanks.
I don't have anything else for this scene.
All right. You sit around, have a couple of drinks. Some of you meet Hector, which is interesting, I assume.
Because it's, I'm sorry for your loss. I'm just kidding. He'd be more helpful than that.
Yeah.
He stays uncharacteristically quiet, though.
All right. Oh yeah, you have a few drinks. Eventually, part ways and go home for the evening. A couple of other conversations that you all wanted to have. Let's see. The order to do these in is going to escape me. Let's go ahead and hit Abby. You wanted to have a discussion with Wynn.
Yes, this would be a few days later, like if he comes by the Haven, just like showing him around the new things that she's brought back, basically. And probably telling him a little bit about the professor.
Yeah, so what's that guy's deal? You just like showed up?
Well, Rex found him because he was trying to open a fairy circle to get to the fairy realm unsuccessfully. And I mean, he might have been able to do it. I don't know. He like goes between being really competent and really not. Like he kind of just repeats what you say to make it sound like he knows what he's talking about.
So he's like a doctor, though, or something?
No. He's not even a professor. He just calls himself a professor.
All right. Cool. Can't wait to spend more time with him.
Mm-hmm.
And then the big guy, too.
Right. Just very loud. He's a Nephilim, right? He's half angel.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Very loud, but in general, a very nice person.
Well, sounds like y'all got a lot of new surprises.
Yeah. Yeah, actually. So remember that thing that was on the back of your hand for a while? The symbol?
Yep.
I had a tiny run-in with that before we did the thing in the warehouse. I had it on my hand after I used some magic.
Is
It's
this
gone
still
now.
okay?
No, it's gone. Yeah, no.
And you didn't
but-
have to, like, die to...
no.
Okay.
No, it's just a temporary thing. But I've been tinkering more with magic, and I actually found this. And she'll pull out this like really old looking book that's like full of hieroglyphics. And there's like pages of translations in there as well. This is a text that I came across while I was, well, helping Ajax with some stuff. It's on some of the Egyptian gods, and I've been able to use the magic in here and manipulate it sort of to use it in my own way.
All right.
Um,
Cool. I mean, that's impressive. Seems like you've progressed a lot since last time I saw you.
I kind of made, it's not a bargain, but an arrangement with one of them, one of the gods. And he's letting me use his power. So it's, the god's name is H-U-H.
Huh?
Yeah, exactly. And he's kind of the god of like time, and long life and eternity and all that. So I'm able to use his portfolio or his energy. And I actually made this, and she like pulls up her sleeve and shows this like ornate watch with some like hieroglyphic symbols in it. It allows me to step out of time, like the flow of time.
Okay. So, all right. You've made some sort of deal with this god.
It's not really a deal. It's just like, he lets me do these things. He hasn't really asked for anything in return. I think that he's just letting me study him. And
Yeah, that's coming though. You do know that, right?
I mean, maybe, but he's a neutral good god, so
What is that supposed to mean?
he's not an evil demon.
I mean, based on my training and experience, gods, demons, it's kind of all the same. Just two different sides of the same coin. Just because they're shiny doesn't mean they're not going to fuck you over. I mean, I've got this whole thing going on with Azariel because I want to, within Zathron and all that. But I know that eventually the other shoe's going to drop with Azariel, and he's going to probably want something for the help that he gave. So eventually he's probably going to ask for something. Just need to be ready and ask yourself whether you're willing to make that sacrifice when that time comes.
Yeah, I guess I don't even know what he would ask of me, because I'm not that important or powerful.
I think you're pretty important, but I'm a friend of yours, obviously. I don't think this thing would be giving you power if they didn't think you were important, though. You know?
I guess.
Yeah, and this might just be me because I'm jaded with the whole thing that happened to me, and maybe it won't be like that for you. But, you know, live and learn. Don't make the same mistake twice.
He is kind of a trickster sometimes. Like, sometimes when I try to pull myself out of the timeline, he pulls someone else with me, which is kind of funny.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it doesn't start, you know, breaking people's arms when you mess up and things like that.
That hasn't really happened yet.
That's good. Just be careful with it.
Yeah. I don't use it very often, obviously. I mean, I don't want to bug him.
Yeah. But if things start to change, and you know, just let me know.
Yeah. Okay. You okay?
I'm fine. Busy, but fine.
Okay.
I probably should be getting back to work though.
Right, about that. Do you have access to all of the artifacts at the museum?
Yeah, it's kind of my job, and I no, I can't get anyone else back there. There's security clearance involved, and it's pretty tight, especially since apparently some people broke into it fairly recently, and attacked some of the staff. From what I heard, I'm gonna assume that y'all had nothing to do with that. Apparently there was some masked figure that was caught on security footage back at the museum. Tell Ajax I said hi.
Anyways,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'll let you. I might be able to help you out with that a little bit. I've also still got a collection of books and things back at my house now, that my mom has passed on to me, some of them from Davy and things like that. If you need any help with any magic stuff,
Yeah.
you're welcome to use my library.
Yeah, I'm still going through all the books that were left to me.
And
There's
I
a
got a
lot.
shit ton of knives to now sort through, so that's
How
part of
many
what I
were
need
there?
to do. I have no idea. It came in a truck.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Just make sure they don't rust, okay?
I won't. Got a good place to keep them.
Yeah, just, I mean, you're welcome back anytime.
Definitely. I'll be around. I'll be back.
Okay.
Gives you a hug.
Hug. Small hug back.
Okay. And we move along. Very quickly, let us get Victoria on the scene.
Well, howdy!
We'll give you a minute, Sean, if you don't mind switching between Wynn and Hector, because Hector wanted to talk to Daniel. And let him know what's going on. Sorry, you have to take your hat off. It's all very dramatic.
Okay. Who am I talking to now as Hector?
You said that you wanted Hector
Yeah.
to go and talk to Daniel about
Yes.
what happened to Sally. So, just briefly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it'd be a long thing. I think Hector pops in to check on the on Daniel and his family now that they're back at their home. Told them everything that, or at least has gotten them back in place, and told them they're safe. And when they have a moment, Hector pulls Daniel aside, in, like, the front room of their home or something, and just tells him everything that happens, and finishes it with, and then she was just gone.
It's a shame.
I know the two of you seem to have known each other for a while now.
A bit.
Obviously, you spoke highly of her, and I feel so useless that I couldn't stop it from happening.
know the feeling. Trust me.
Part of me wonders if I should have taken on that job by myself.
No. That would have been incredibly irresponsible.
Right. Anyway, I wanted you to know, and if there's another meeting that between you and Marcelo, I'd like to be there too.
Yeah, of course.
Anyway, I'm going to keep working with them a bit and make sure everybody is okay.
I think that's a good idea.
I'm glad you're safe.
Me too. You know, I wondered if something had happened. Initially, I thought a relative had died or something, but I got this in the mail yesterday. It holds up an official-looking envelope. It's a notice that a scholarship fund was set up. For
Oh.
my son.
Oh. Probably. I apparently she had a lot of funds like that established that she was. That sounds like something she would have done.
And not told anyone.
Aren't many like her around.
No. No, there aren't.
We should get drinks again soon. I'll let you and get settled back in, though. Leave you to it.
It'll be all right. People like
sure
us
will.
have a way of making our way back.
I hope so. Well, speaking of which, I got work to do, so it's good seeing you, Daniel.
I'll see you Friday.
Friday. Flap of angel wings and Hector's gone.
Do you leave Daniel to his business? One more short scene that you all wanted to do. And then we're gonna get the gang together. It's the Sean show right now. Win. I'm sorry. I can only make these so intuitive.
I am having a blast. I don't know about anybody else. I am
Lord.
enjoying myself quite thoroughly, so please continue.
Can only get them.
I'm not talking for the rest of the session after this,
In a
just so you
certain
all
order.
know. Since we
You
didn't
know
do it
what
on,
you're up to.
yeah, since we didn't do it on the airplane, I'm imagining this is in the basement of the small sort of like the home that Wynn's parents have given him. And there is a section of the brick wall in the basement that kind of slides away, revealing a secret room beyond, with a armory and the mystical library as part of Wynn's Haven, and is loading the crates of knives down into the armory. with, I assume, Victoria there supervising as he's
Uh-huh.
coming down the stairs with these.
She's taking knives out of boxes and like looking at them, like opening the boxes before you move them, and then like coming back and closes the box, making things a little bit more difficult.
All right, that's the last one. Oh God, what the fuck am I gonna do with all these knives?
I don't know. Practice.
I could practice with a different knife every day for the rest of my life.
You can match it to your outfits.
It was nice of her to leave this though. I'm gonna make sure I actually get them like put away properly, but I'm
Tired.
tired. Yeah, still jet lagged.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind
Want
of
to make some margaritas?
Sure. I don't even know if there's anything in the fridge upstairs. So let's go look. He stops though before heading up to the kitchen and says, "Are you gonna go back to working with them? Like, are you gonna? We haven't really talked about what's happened once we get back."
Right. Well, I mean, you're gonna still work with them too, right?
Yeah, I'm just gonna be busy. I don't know if
Right.
I can be there for every little job.
Right.
But I'm gonna help where I can, especially now that Sal's not there. Somebody's got to find Rex and snap them out of this. And anyway, I was just curious because you're doing the Instagram stuff and talked about grad school and
Yeah. I mean, the Instagram stuff I'll just need your help with. I figure I could set up something like a wall at the house to sort of just do a backdrop, do outfits of the days and stuff like that. People seem to enjoy those. But yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on my visions, whether I'm needed or not.
you know, you don't have to go back and live at the house if you don't want to.
I'm not gonna live in the dorms or an apartment. That's stupid.
I mean, you can stay here.
You want to move in together?
I mean, it makes sense that just like practically, it's not
Just
like
practically.
I'm still okay, right? Do you want to move in? Because I mean, this house is too big for me to live in by myself. I mean, I would just feel a lot more comfortable and you being closer, I think, with everything going on.
Before I say yes, have you thought about this and what it's going to entail with all the makeup and all the stuff I need to do?
There's a spare bedroom, well, 2 spare bedrooms. I'm sure we can use one of them for whatever you might need, or both of them. And the closets, whatever you need. I don't have much stuff. Yeah. No, it's fine.
Winthrop Crowell, you do know how to flatter a woman. Yes, I would love to move in.
Great. You don't have more knives, do you? Because we are full up.
No, I don't. Every time I'm with you people, you try to hand me weapons, and I don't understand.
Well, I think you're probably going to need some practice with those 2 then.
Could we do it like Ghost? Stand behind me. Show me how to do things.
Just steps in and kisses her. And then continues unpacking knives.
And you continue unpacking knives.
Some of them are
As
going in the
you-
butcher block in the kitchen. A knife is being stored.
There's
You're
like secret
dead. You can't do anything about it.
It's like, oh, I need to open a package. We have an Amazon just grab one of the knives from downstairs.
He will fucking haunt you for the rest of your life.
No, he's very respectful and stores them all properly in his armory.
I'm imagining there's one set of kitchen knives in there, just like as a joke. Like this really nice case, and then you open it up, just like some fucking Cutco knives.
Yeah.
All right. You get to unpacking knives, and it takes you a long time. When, as you're unpacking, I don't know, a particularly delicate box of knives, your phone rings. It's Haley.
Hello.
Crowley.
Hey. Haley, what's up?
When were you gonna tell me you were back in the States?
Did you not get my text messages?
No. I've been working on something.
No, I saw you at the... I just saw you at the Centurion 3 days ago. What?
Just making sure you're paying attention.
God. What's... Okay, what's going on?
You're fucking slow is what's going on. I have something for you. It's a bit weird. And I wasn't going to call you. I was going to call the big guy. And then I realized I don't have his number.
The big guy... Oh, Hector?
Yeah.
Right.
Usually, obviously, you're busy. I would call Sal. But this week has made that a little difficult.
Yeah. Okay, what's up?
I've got a friend that I want to hook up with your little posse. Well, it's not really little. You keep adding people to it. Hey, that doctor, whoever he is.
Dr.
cool.
Hanks? Yeah. I haven't really met him much, but he talks a lot. He's very loud.
Wasn't
As
he a
is-
professor?
Isn't that the same thing?
Hi, Victoria. That's another fun.
Haley says hi.
Hey.
Anyway, so yeah, was gonna try to get the big guy. Don't have his number, so calling you. Friend of mine, she's got something. She's a bit of a don't tell her I said this. Bit of a hobby hunter. But she's found something, and I don't think she should be doing it alone. So, I'm gonna set up a meeting.
All right, great. Okay, yeah, that'll be a good distraction, I think. Where, just text me the details. I'll let everyone else know, and
Yeah.
we'll go talk to them.
Right. Send you her address. She likes to have people over for tea.
Is she British?
No. She likes tea.
Okay. Yeah. And you said they're like an amateur, right?
Oh, again, not a word I would use around her. She knows her stuff. Real smart. Real tough. Don't get on a bad side.
She with the fangs?
No, nothing like that. Sort of an independent.
Great. Well, can't wait to meet her.
Right, I'll text you the address. Take whoever you want.
Yeah, we'll do. Thanks, Hal. I'll be in contact soon with for my next thing with Donovan. All right, talk later.
I'm sure I'll see you at church. Bye.
Yeah, see you at the church.
She hangs up.
Did you hear that there was a break-in at the church?
Yeah. Yeah, it did.
What was that? That was a weird feeling.
Apparently, they've been up to a lot of shit.
You mean, shit, maybe I should be around more often.
Yeah.
I can get a read on this new guy too.
Which
The
one?
big guy.
Hector?
Yeah.
Sure. Go right ahead. Apparently, he's a Nephilim.
Like an angel?
Yeah.
Alright.
So, yeah, it'll be fun. Win texts the new group that's been set up, I guess. He's been added to,
group chat.
including Abby and Victoria and Hector and Professor Hanks.
Dr. Professor
Travis is still on there.
Travis.
Travis is still on
Everyone's on
there.
there.
Rex is still on there. Sal's probably still on there.
Who's going?
A lot of messages left unread.
Victoria will go.
Is this where we're choosing the characters we're playing for the next mystery, or?
Kind of, and not really. If you want both of your people to be there, they can be there.
Both Hector and Win will be there.
It wouldn't make sense for Abby to go, but I think she's shy and quiet.
Are you dual wielding characters?
I'm
Yes.
I'm only allowing this through the interlude, and then you pick
Yeah. Well, it doesn't make sense for Win not to be there, but I'm planning on playing Hector for the next thing.
Hector
so-
Yeah.
throws the guy in the air, and Win hits him with a knife.
What has the professor been up to before this meeting?
What's the professor
I'm-
gonna do?
I'm glad you asked. So Hinks has not left the site of the portal. He has been running test after test after test for a few different things, all sort of pertaining to getting Rex, who in his mind is in serious trouble, back out, or at least locating them. Day and night just doing that.
Abby will offer her assistance as much as possible, like running numbers and telling him about magical stuff that she knows if he'll let her.
He probably, I mean, you'd probably have to go see him. He probably wouldn't be answering his phone.
Yeah, she would check up on him, make sure that he knows that she's available, but he seems like a one-track mind kind of person. Like not used to working with others. Does that sound right?
I mean, there's only one way to find out. Are we doing a scene? I don't know what's happening.
We
You
can.
I
can
don't
if you
wanna
want.
I don't want to step on anybody's toes.
No.
Sorry, Sid.
Yeah.
You're probably doing a wig change.
Rob, you've done so many scenes this session. Like, can you just give somebody else the spotlight, please?
No, it's mine.
Have a scene. As a treat.
Abby will just walk in. Walk in through the gaping hole in the wall that once was the loading bay.
Yes.
What does she see?
In the three little machines set up on tripods that he used to sort of I guess try to close the portal are still set up. They have since been shut off, but nearby to the portal, he's sort of turned the wall of the warehouse to his like blackboard, where he's been just it looks like the scramblings of a madman, or the scribblings of a madman. Abby, because she's scientifically inclined, you can tell that there's science there. These aren't like wrong calculations, like they actually mean something.
Yeah.
But it's very clear that he is running himself ragged trying to do a couple different things at once. He has nearby the portal, you see there are, I'd like to think that there is a test tube rack that it was clearly full at some point, and there's shattered glass near the portal. There's no signs of two of the other sample bottles. You could surmise that they're probably somewhere on the other side of the portal. There's completely singed, I don't know what to call them, but like the things that you use to hold test tube, like the beginning of The Simpsons where Homer's holding the radioactive thing. There's that completely destroyed.
Tongs.
Yeah, tongs. There's the word. It looks like he tried to put them through the portal to collect a sample, and it didn't go well. You're just happy he didn't use his arms, and he is just sort of multitasking, trying to, it seems like he's trying to do like 3 different things at once. And I don't even think he notices you come in.
Mr. Hanks?
Professor Abigail. Hello.
Hi. Can I call you Jeffrey?
Sure. Or Hinks. You know what? Hinks. Hinks works. Less syllables.
You've been busy.
Yes, I seem to have misplaced my thermos. My soup thermos, not my coffee thermos. My coffee thermos I used when I ran out of test tubes, and I am not getting that back. So I'm going to use my soup thermos for coffee now, because I'm hungry and I am thirsty.
Okay.
How are you?
I'm okay. What exactly are you trying to do here?
Experiments, a few different. Ultimately, well, I'm trying to understand this gateway, and perhaps he just sort of sits down, probably for the first time in a few hours, in a like a camping chair outside the Winnebago. I don't want to have lost 2 people on this mission.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I know that Miss Machina and Sally are colleagues of yours, and I probably didn't offer my condolences, and for that I apologize.
It's okay. It's been a weird time.
I just want to help.
Yeah, I get it. I've been trying to use magic to pinpoint where Rex is to see if I can use teleportation to get there, or some way to get her back. But if you want help, I can try and meet you here and see what you're doing, and see if we can maybe put our heads together to make it work.
Are you saying it's possible to open up our own gateway there?
I'm saying it is a possibility, yes. But you're right, using this space that has touched the other side, it might be a good way to trace where it opened up, at least.
Well, yes, at your earliest convenience, I suppose. I'll be here. I have a couple different things brewing, both metaphorically and Literally, oh my gosh. And he seems to have remembered something in his Winnebago is boiling over, so he runs in without really finishing his thought.
Abby will like slowly peek her head in when he's managed the situation. And actually, I was wondering if you could help me with something real quick.
What is it?
Well, if we're going to be working on all this, I mean, we're going to need equipment, right?
Yes.
So why don't you and I go get equipment and see what we'll need, and I'll need your input as to what sort of items we'll, what measurement systems and all that we'll need.
I'll get my list. Just feeling around for a pen or a list.
Do you not have a phone?
I do.
You can make lists on your phone.
Oh, yes, I know. I just choose to I feel the tactile sensation of actually writing helps
Yes.
me collect my thoughts more.
Exactly. No, I completely understand. I keep many whiteboards at the my space where I do my research. Yeah, let's go shopping.
Okay. How did you get here? I've been siphoning power from the Winnebago for a couple days now, and I'm not sure it will start.
I had my driver take me. The car's just out back.
All right, then your car it is.
Yes. Abby's just trying to get him out of there for like 5 to 10, to just clear his head and not be in chaos mode. But she will stick around and help him kind of work through some of the problems, see if they can figure out a solution with science and magic to
With your powers combined.
yeah.
All right. Very nice.
Excellent.
We'll work out some details of that sometime. I will have those worked out for you. So you go on a shopping trip. You get some stuff. You have some discussions. I want to cut to this meeting of a new member. Who's going? Hector and Wynn are both going.
Victoria and Abby are both going.
Only one of them plans on talking.
Correct.
So you are going to have Abby there?
Yes, but just in the background.
Okay.
Should I not have Abby in the background?
No, I'm just
Okay.
asking. You had just said before you weren't, so. That's fine.
Is Hank's coming?
Professor.
Don't hurt him.
I was going to go back to doing that.
Abby might drag him.
Okay.
Clear your
Do
head.
you allow yourself to be dragged? You don't have
I'd
to.
prefer not to.
Okay.
Okay. And the professor.
Narratively, this is the only thing he cares about right now, to be honest.
Okay.
I'm sorry if that's being difficult. I just...
No. It's up to you. The professor will continue his work. The rest of you hop in a car or two and make your way uptown to a very nice area of Cedar Grove. We didn't name this neighborhood, and it is Sid's wish that we put this to the group. So you drive up to a very, very nice area in sort of North Cedar Grove, a gated community. These are the cheapest house on the block is probably $2 million. These are huge houses. What's this neighborhood called? It's a fancy neighborhood name. Because I'm bad at naming things.
I mean, if you're just like Oak Park or Oakland Estates or something like that.
You're muted. Tell me.
Root Weevil.
What?
Which is weird to say twice in a row.
Whitewood Estates.
Ooh. Yeah.
No, that's pretty fancy. Okay. We'll do that one. So, you drive up to Whitewood Estates. You are let in at the gate, as you are expected, and you make your way up to a massive house. Long, sort of winding drive up onto a hill, huge, probably got a pool in the backyard. You can see hanging in a couple of the front windows these zebra print curtains. And you're here. You make your way up to the front door. And you knock, I assume. All right. You knock, ring the bell, maybe. After a moment, the door is answered by someone that two of you recognize. Sid, would you like to describe your character for us?
You can't tell if she could be like late 40s to like mid 60s. You're not 100%. Like clothes age her, but she looks younger than her clothes. She opens the door, looks around at all of you for a quick moment and says, "Religion is not something that I'm needing, but if you've got any of those popcorns or maybe some of those rolled sausage logs, I'm fine with those."
Who recognizes this person?
Sid? You
Abby.
recognize in the
Okay.
back, Abby, you recognize her, and Wynn, you have seen her in passing as well.
Oh, you're the hunters. Oh, wonderful. This is-
Do I know you?
Oh, well, I would assume you wouldn't, given how little you utilize our facilities on campus. I know your friend Haley much better, as I am her supervisor.
Abby ducks down in the background so she cannot be seen.
You're the librarian, right?
Isabel Winton. Pleasure to meet you all again. Is that Miss Wands I see back there?
She's blinked away. She is not there anymore.
Well, if you're the ones that Haley sent along.
I'm sorry. Are you the librarian?
Yes. I'm sorry, do you attend the university?
Yeah.
Oh. Never seen you around.
How
Yes,
much does the
I am-
school pay you?
Oh, darling, this is not on my university salary. I dabble in some other things. Well, please, how rude about I? Come in. Sweet tea, lemonade. I sent out some cookies too. Come in. Palatial home. Marble. Just and tacky as hell. Just so fucking tacky. Like chandeliers with, like swashy crystals everywhere. And yeah, just the most ridiculous, gaudy, like zebra prints, like full curtains in the front.
I like your style.
Oh, appreciate it. How many was that for lemonade? I got lemonade, sweet tea, got a little bit of sangria in there, but we're on business.
Sweet
Tea.
tea's fine for me. Yeah.
Okay, yes, tea. She sort of looks over at Hector. And what about you, young man?
Just water's fine.
Water. Fine.
Yes, please.
All right, just insult my drinks while you're at it. Okay, well, come on here.
What sort of a read am I getting off of this woman? Please tell me what your surface thoughts are, because I'd love to know.
Whatever the read is, it's awesome. Love it.
I mean, she seems very calm. Yeah, no, when she locked eyes on Hector, she was like, "Ooh, hot damn!" But otherwise, like she seems very calm.
Okay.
Just chill. She's at her house.
And what was her full name?
Isabella Winton.
Oh, Isabella.
Now I know at the library we're supposed to. Should we still call you Miss Winton, or is
Oh,
spelled-
darling, no, we're on a first name basis now. My friends call me Izzy, so.
Izzy?
Izzy.
No, you're right. That sounds terrible. Winston's fine. If it's just somewhere we're meeting in the middle. Well, please sit down. She'll lead you in. Looks like she has 2 formal dining rooms, but there's a more casual-looking sort of bar set up in the kitchen. Again, all marble, stainless steel. It's gigantic. You could fit a whole dinner party just in the kitchen area.
I didn't think the Wanzer's place could get, like, I thought that was as big as it got in this city, but hot damn. When?
Right. I still need an explanation for this, but okay. So you've got a job for us?
Well, I had a job, but Miss Haley seems to think, I believe her exact words were, this is not a, what were her exact words? Pissed her off too. This is not a hobby hunt. So apparently she thinks I need backup for this one.
Right, you're a hunter?
Yes.
Oh.
Surprising, isn't it? Well, believe me, I did not start in thinking this would be something I'd be doing well into my retirement, but, well, not well into my retirement, but you know what I mean. No, it's just something I stumbled into like the rest of my life. But, no, it was Haley, actually. You sort of, accidentally introduced me to all things supernatural. But I've been well doing it ever since.
Wonderful. Well, what can we help you with?
Well, it started off as a couple little disappearances, but there has been a death now. I don't know if you saw it in the papers. They try to keep it a little more quiet, given that we're in the estates, of course, gated communities, all that. Dreadful business, but I would just think, you know, horrible thing to happen. But, well, just the strange part of it was there was no indication of how this person died.
Mm-hmm.
And when he was found, well, he had this look of complete and utter terror on his face. So that kind of gave away something.
Uh-huh. Good. And how much do you know about hunting stuff? Like, how much experience exactly do you have? I just don't want to shock you with something.
Are you wanting to see my hunting CV, darling?
I don't know what that is.
Well, just so happens, I think I have something that might help with that. Why don't you come on upstairs? You can bring your tea. Just grab those coasters if you don't mind. Thank you, darling. And she'll just walk out of the kitchen and expect you to follow her.
Just looks at Wynn like, the fuck is going on?
Are we being punked?
I mean, she seems legit. There's no like. I just don't want to be like, hey, I can see ghosts and then have her faint or something.
I mean, Haley sent me here, so she's got to be legit.
Or Haley's punking you. They walk out.
Yeah.
Get a little further down. She goes far down the hallway. You pass a couple other rooms. Look like there's a just gigantic grand piano in the corner. And she heads on up the stairs. Just there's 2 grand staircases from the front parlor area. She goes up the left side, and then just sort of turns off to another immediate left and into what looks like an office. At first it looks like some artwork almost on the walls. But she'll usher you in. Well, come on. You want to see my hunting CV? Come on in.
CV.
It means my resume, darling.
Right.
Well, this is where I do the majority of my work. I keep, paper clippings. I really do like to write physically as best as I can. I'm just old school, OG like that, as the kid will say. But I like to keep everything in a place. And then once I've completed something, I keep it for posterity and, just in case I need to go back and reference something later. But I don't know if you knew about those sewer goblins from about a year or so ago. So that's that one right there. And you see a collage of like research and like newspaper clippings and all this other stuff. That's she's literally made a collage out of all of this.
Oh, mm-hmm.
Yeah, I keep that one along. We had that terribly haunted house about 20 minutes down the road. So took care of that one over there. That's more long standing though. There's sort of like every 5 to 10 years situations. I might have to pass that one on. Let's see. We did have some sort of I won't call it Nessie because that's just unfair to Brandon. But yeah, just some sort of a river monster situation. It cleared out on its own real quick though, but I still like to take credit for that one. So there's that, and she'll just go through all these collages.
Right, so you got a lot of experience with all this then.
Well, yes.
Right.
Oh, my very first one, and she'll go over off to the far right. They're almost all on this little string, and she pushes them. They all have a little pinhole, and she can go through and almost like a little primitive filing cabinet. Yeah. And she'll go to the very back, and it's something about lizard people. See, this is the one that introduced me to all of this. So, apparently Haley brought her other work to work, which we have a rule about that now. If she has to go and do business with the order, she gets the hell out of my library. But she apparently brought some with her that day and kind of walked in on something rather unfortunate in the parking lot. But we ended up taking care of that together, and she spilled the beans after a little bit of cajoling.
I see. That's very impressive. Very impressive work. Right. So disappearances and someone's dead. They died in their home?
No, I believe they were out in the street. It was rather shocking and terrible. Maybe on a jog, or maybe they got chased out. I don't rightly know. I was shooed away by the police, of course.
And they were scared to death as far as you could tell.
Well, look on his face. He certainly didn't die happy, I will tell you that.
Okay. You said there's been more than one?
Just one death.
One death, but a handful of disappearances. You know, let me grab my file on that. She'll walk over. She's got like a lovely little mahogany desk, and so she'll start like rifling through some things. Well, I check the notes that Savvy sent to me. All right, here we are. So, yeah, we've had a couple, particularly from, well, from the Whitewood specifically, which is why everyone's a little spooked. First, people thought maybe people were taking off with the secretary, as they might do, but then this happened. Happened to know the particular gentleman in question, Ed. But,
Right.
oh man.
Well, it sounds like our sort of thing.
Yeah, I'm sure we can handle it.
So,
Oh, I'm sure I can handle it quite rightly. I just, apparently, to keep Haley off of my case, as they say, I needed to enlist some of you too.
Oh.
all right.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry. I was misunderstanding the situation.
Yeah. So that all sounds well and good. Let's if you don't mind, we're gonna talk for a moment, just to confer. And you just mind giving us 1 second for us to step outside?
Oh, yes, actually, if you want to go right down, my other office is down the hall, so feel free, you can close the door. It's rather quiet in there.
Right.
Perfect.
Let's see. Doctor isn't there. No, he is there. He's not there. All right.
No,
it's
Just
us.
us three.
Yes, you three.
Hector's
And
there.
Hector.
And Hector. So you four.
Okay. Wynn looks to Hector and just says, "Why don't you just stay? We're just gonna have a quick chat."
Uh-huh.
One
So
moment.
when and Victoria go down the hallway.
Yeah.
As you leave, you hear, so, you work for OSU as well, do you not? I think I've seen you on the football field.
Oh boy.
Oh, we'll get to that in a minute.
Wynn just steps back with Victoria and just says, "You got a read on her?"
I mean, she's legit.
Go into the office.
Yes.
Not to interrupt, but as soon as you walk in, this is a very different office. This is an office that is just posters and awards and just an entire bookshelf of various romance novels, all under the name Melanie Fabian. I don't know if anyone reads romance novels in this world, but she's a very well-known romance novelist. In fact, a couple of her books are being optioned for a Netflix series you may have heard recently.
I did not get this. This is not something that I got from her.
Am I being punked? Is this a joke? Like, you'd tell me, right, if they were messing with me.
I honestly, I have no
I know
idea
we
what's
did the
happening.
prank things like a couple months ago, but I promise you, like,
No, I only pulled that plank on Travis, all right? I just wanted him stewing before I left.
y'all put mud in my sheets. Okay,
Oh
no,
my
we're
god,
just
I remember that now.
yeah.
Whoops.
All right. So this is all. We clearly need to help her.
Right.
We
Do
can't
you
have
even
another
have time
librarian
for that?
die. I don't, and that's why I was about to say, can you handle this?
Are you putting me in charge of those knuckleheads?
Yeah,
Have you met
kinda.
them?
Yeah.
Hector has literally nothing going on between his ears. Do you know how far I had to dig down to hear him?
That says a lot, considering you're talking to me right now and some of the things you've said about. Anyway, it's fine. He's big. Just push him in front of things. I'm sure whatever this thing is, Haley wouldn't have sicked us, and I was thinking of a nickname, but I honestly, one did not come to mind. I am so shocked right now. She wouldn't have trusted. Yes, that's a good one. But Agatha Christie over there we cannot let her do this on her own.
Right. But you owe me. Oh my gosh, I just had the best idea. You've seen the house? I could use it for my Instagram. Do you know how many likes I get?
Sure.
This standing in the middle of the staircase. Oh, I might be able to leverage this. All right. I'm in.
All right, great. So I'm gonna leave.
Not right now.
I'm gonna say goodbye, and I'm gonna go and leave this for you and Hector to figure out.
All right,
and
but you owe me.
Hank's wherever he's at.
You
Yeah,
owe me.
I owe you. I know.
You're lucky you're cute. Come on.
Steps back into the room. Says,
At this
Well.
point, she's talking to Abby about Cambridge, and yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
it's a lovely town. Congratulations! I always knew that you would be off to good places.
She's like very uncomfortably like smiling like this is an authority figure to me and I don't know how to handle this situation. Like just agreeing in like the shortest sentences.
well, I think we're gonna be able to help here. I've got some other business with the order that I have to take care of, so I'm not gonna be able to help with this assignment. But
That's fine. Keep your order as far away from me and my home as I best possible. Believe me. That's fine. Again, I really just needed to do this for y'all, so Haley would shut up. But that's fine. I think, well, at least 1 to 2 of maybe 3 looks over at Hector. Could take care of this quite soundly.
yeah, there's
And you see Victoria just go like she just caught something. Like, oh Jesus.
Wynn continues to nod unaware and says, and we have another 2 that isn't here, but he'll be helping out as well. But yeah. So everyone have fun. I'll catch y'all later.
Abby is gonna be like, oh, I think I actually am going to, and then leaves with Wynn.
You take care, Abigail. If you need to stop in while you're on vacation, you just let me know. You know, we still have that wonderful historical section, so.
Smile, smile, leave.
Bye. You know how to get out, right? It's just all the way down the stairs, and then a right, and another left, and then if you go to the bathroom, you've gone too far, honey. Okay, bye-bye.
Bilal, can you help me get out of here? Because I didn't catch any of that.
He goes too far and you end up at the bathroom.
Damn it.
There's a chandelier in the bathroom.
There are 5 shower heads in the bathroom.
Can we live here?
I don't think she'd notice if we were.
I like her.
Good. Well, I'm sure we're going to be seeing a lot of her.
Yay. Do you think she has Doritos?
Definitely not, but we'll get you some.
Okay. This way. He finds the door.
I imagine Belial was just a nightmare in Italy. Like, we're eating nice food, and all he wanted was Doritos and
He was a nightmare.
Cheetos, and we had to go to special stores to be able
No,
to
he
buy
had a
all
great
the
time because
junk
everything's
food.
covered in cheese. It's the cheese he likes.
Victoria made comments about having a child. Like, it's like having a child.
Belial's a little bit bigger when you guys get back.
Gotta get you loose and white.
Don't shame me. I'm round. Okay, so Wynn and Abby bail out.
They're out.
Hector
Out for this mystery.
and I promise it won't be this cumbersome in ones to come, but you guys had there was a lot of fallout to deal with, is what I'm saying. So
Thanks,
leaving
GB.
Hector and Victoria. There's so many of you. Leaving Hector and Victoria with Ms. Winton. Right there, I think we're gonna go ahead and take a break, so we can refresh very quickly. And when we come back, we'll figure out what Hinks has been doing, and we'll get the whole gang together, and we'll start a mystery.
Get started on a mystery.
Sound good?
Yeah.
All right, stick with us, everybody. We will be back very shortly. And welcome back, Internet. Thank you for hanging out with us during our break. We are going to hop right back in where we left off. Because I want to backtrack a little bit, because while Wynn and Victoria left them alone, Hector was left with Miss Winton.
I will say that Abby was in this room too. It has been said. So just so you guys know, she is standing in the background silent. Just don't.
What sort of person do you take me for, darling?
I want a little slice of that. Just a little slice.
I believe it started with, well, I believe I do know you. You work for the university. I think I've seen you on the football field.
Yes. I'm a trainer for the OSU Ospreys. Go Ospreys.
Go Ospreys, yes. I believe I always read the new staff emails. Hector, was it?
Yes, Hector.
Just Hector? Like Cher?
No, Hector Adonis.
Oh. Couldn't have written that myself. Officially, pleasure to meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet you, and sort of takes her hand in a handshake.
Oh yeah. So
it's a lovely home.
Thank you. Well, I like to say it's the house that romance built, but
I don't follow.
I'm a writer, you see.
Oh. And you write romance novels.
Yes.
I'm afraid I don't really read much. Is this one that I would be familiar with?
Oh, there's several. I mean, the Brothers Cadmus, Husband versus Husband. That was sort of my flip into the spy genre. It did quite well, though. The Price of Passion? No? Ringing any bells?
No.
Well, the one that's doing really well, the Rule of Rogues. They're going to turn that into a little something on Netflix, so I'm very excited. We're in negotiations now.
Wow, that is something. I mean, you must be very successful to be able to afford this home with your writing.
Well, I just wanted to put it together all myself, so every little thing is me. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. So, how long
have you always played football?
Oh, I've never played. No, I just not in any sort of official. I used to when I was younger. I was very into athletics and sports, and I unfortunately, given my nature, never really competed because I felt it would be unfair.
Your nature? You're not a competitive type?
No, I'm a Nephilim.
Well, I'll be. An angel standing right before me, and I didn't even know.
No. I'm not a celestial. I'm a Nephilim, so half celestial.
Half can be just as good.
No, I mean there's considerable difference between the two.
The
But-
library
Sure.
in Cambridge is really nice.
Is it there? You know, I meant to ask you about that.
Okay. Put everyone out of their misery. And just wanted to hear a little bit of that. We'll jump forward in time. Abby and Wynn run away.
I think Abby's gonna go to back to the home base with me and our dear friend, the not professor,
The not
Hanks. She's gonna she
Jeffrey.
like quickly walks into the thing and she's like still beet red, looks very nervous and anxious. So, hi.
Are you all right?
Yes. There's another mission and I need you. So they need help with some things and I don't feel I'm gonna stay here and just, get everything set up. It's gonna take some time, so I think it's probably best if I wasn't out there. If maybe you just went instead and I'll set everything up.
Well, Yes. Okay. There are a few things that I'm working on that I need you to keep an eye on. Of course, if there are any signs of Miss Magina, if she sends out a flare or any sort of signal, I need you to triangulate on that.
Obviously.
And I've been trying to collect samples of the demonic energy that these demons seem to exude when they sort of glances over to the spot where Sally was and realizes it's probably a little bit inappropriate. And if possible, I think that could be helpful in the
Location. Yeah. I'll make sure I just keep I'll keep you up to date with
and
text.
that new equipment will be coming in, and
Set it up.
we'll I suppose I could use a break from this.
Yeah.
I also need a new thermos.
That
I
was
lost
on the
the
list.
soup one.
Oh.
Anyway, I can figure that out. Call me if you need anything.
Of course.
Can I get a ride? Winnebago is still.
Yeah, no, the driver will take you wherever you like.
Oh, excellent. And he'll just sort of he'll go to shake your hand and then just goodbye, and just sort of jet out of there and just go right into the into the car and be like, to the others, please.
Yes, sir. It's Heathcliff driving the car, I decided.
Heathcliff.
He drives when Watson is home.
Ah. All right. Yeah,
Do we
so-
need anything along the way, sir? Doctor?
Oh, no. Professor. A thermos. I lost my soup thermos.
Well, I suppose we can stop at the store then.
Yes, if it's not too much trouble, thank you.
Heathcliff will stop at the store and recommend a nice thermos to you. and then take you to the
Love it.
others. Who are?
You have some research done, right?
Oh, research. Call it insider knowledge. I knew this particular gentleman that passed away, actually. His name's Edward. Ed.
All right. Okay. Well, let's start. She kind of looks. She looks at the two of them and is like, I guess I'm in charge now. Hector, do you know where we should start?
Well, I'm thinking the details on the body are still a little scarce. You said you weren't able to examine it.
No, I tried to get, a preliminary look, but of course I was shooed away by the police and, well, the community has a number of security guards that, police the area as well, so I was shoot off for my own good, but he looked absolutely terrified.
I think I would like to examine the remains and see if I can get anything from that.
Good luck with that one, darling. I was thinking more getting a little bit of information from, those that were left behind. He does have a wife. They just live down the road. The Foremans. Edward Foreman is the deceased.
Right. So how are we gonna spin? Am I your niece?
No, they know I work on a little thing here and there. It's well known in the community. They think I do some sort of neighborhood watch program. It's kind of how I spin it usually. You could be an associate of mine. I'm sure little Junie is just so, well, I don't know if she'll be tore up at this point. Pretty sure Ed was having a bit of an affair.
I see. All right.
That seems like relevant information, though, for motive.
Right.
Well, I don't have any particular evidence of this, except, well, they like to throw little monthly get-togethers at their house and do barbecues and that sort of thing. So, but really it was just them sort of playing house, for the visual of it. Things were quite rocky.
I misunderstood for a moment. I thought you were saying that they were swingers.
I also got that impression.
Pretty sure I would have known about that one. Although it wouldn't surprise me too much. Anyway,
I mean, it's not uncommon but anyway, I would like to go visit the. I'm going to go look into the remains.
Good plan. Why don't? Why don't you stay with me? What was your name, darling?
Victoria.
Victoria. I was thinking of just whipping up a quick little jelly roll to take on over to Junie to give our regards, and maybe we could get a little something out of her at that point.
Sure. Yeah, no, that's fine. The jelly roll will do it.
Well, yeah, I've got most of the ingredients up in the pantry anyway, so we'll just whip something together. Come on down.
I'm gonna say at this point the doorbell rings. And Heathcliff has brought the professor.
We'll
Back to where it
answer
was.
the door.
There's a scientist.
Can I help you, sir?
Yes, I am Professor Hinks. I was told my colleagues were here.
Oh. Do we have another one? Do you know what was your name, darling?
Professor Hinks.
Hanks. Do you know
Oh.
Hank?
Yes, the professor. He's with us.
I thought he wasn't a professor.
Oh, well, come on in.
There's some dispute over that.
I don't think you work at OSU unless you knew. I feel like I would have gotten that email. What are you,
Oh,
a
no.
professor of?
The unknown sciences, theoretical physics, quantum mechanics, Laymen call it magic, but to be determined.
Oh, he's
Didn't-
one of those. All right.
I don't think that they had a specific specialty on that in any of our accredited universities. Mr. Hanks, come here, please.
Thank you.
We were just
Ah.
discussing how we're going to investigate. Oh, have you met
Victoria.
Victoria?
Hello.
Hello.
And hi, I'm Isabel. You're in my home. Come on in.
Oh,
The kitchen.
apologies. Lovely to meet you as well.
Charmed,
we-
I'm sure.
Get started.
Yes, sorry. We are doing a bit of a help with Miss Isabel. We are looking into some disappearances and some a death, frankly. So Hector is going to go check on the body, and we are going to go talk to the neighbors. Are you more of a talker or a looker?
I would very much enjoy examining the body as well, just to kind of get an idea of what we're dealing with. Do we have any hard evidence either way? I don't know, crime scene? Is that appropriate to call it that? Was it a crime?
Yes, someone is dead.
Well, people die all the time. It's not necessarily a crime.
That is a
You don't-
good question, though. Where is the location where he was attacked?
It's just up the road. Again, they thought maybe he was jogging, but I don't really know if he was dressed in jogging attire. You know, it all happened very fast, but I can show you where. I just don't know what's really going to be there.
All right, well, shall we then, Hector?
Yes. Well, let's go.
She waves. Victoria waves as they leave, and it's like turns back to Isabel.
What?
So a roll.
Oh, darling, it's going to be delicious. Just get ready to get your hands dirty. Come on in.
She like looks at her manicured hands and starts to walk forward. I feel like I'm with my grandma. My grandma's from Georgia, so I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So, we have a couple of things happening. Let us start with Hector and Hinks. What's plans,
H&H
Dan?
on the case. I guess we're going to where Isabel told us that they were attacked first, and if we don't get anything concrete here, the idea was to potentially break into the police station.
Okay. The two of you.
Or the county coroners, or wherever the body.
You know where the morgue is. Wherever it is. Yeah, the two of you head out, make your way down the street, sort of farther into the neighborhood, where the large cedar trees are sort of grown tall, kind of hanging over the street. It's all very fancy and rich, Georgia. You make it about a block down, toward a part of the neighborhood that's a little bit more secluded. And you can see sort of sitting in the middle of the street a couple of leftover, like, what are those things called? No, little things. And they set up and they block the road
Barricades?
with, yeah, those. So sort of the light ones that can be picked up and easily moved, and a couple of those left over from where a crime scene was yesterday morning. A little bit of crime scene tape hanging off of them. Find the spot.
Hinks takes those as suggestions, so if he's not otherwise stopped, he will just lift up the tape and walk through.
Do certainly do. There is no one around.
Great.
Just walk right in.
Hector normally follows the role, but they see themselves as law enforcement, and so Hector also does this.
Okay. You walk between the barricades, moving the leftover crime scene tape out of the way, and you're standing in the middle of the street.
I'm sorry, Hector. Were you gonna say something?
Mm-mm. Hector was just gonna look around and it was waiting for it says, I have nothing for this specifically. Do you have any gadgets you can use to scan or?
Yes, I have actually been developing something now that we've had a couple of samples in the field, more concrete evidence than I've ever had. And he has developed I guess it almost looks like an EMF reader. I think he's used something similar to this before, but using I think he's fine-tuned it to a couple different like magical frequencies he's come across, like at this point the demons, the fairies, all of that. And so I think he's just looking for any sort of what he considers to be an anomaly in the area.
Okay.
Doth he find any?
You got a science. You got a science.
I have
a move science.
Yeah, I have a move science, or
You know.
I guess it could be weird science. I mean, it's up to you.
Let's see.
Science typically, I think I need to like do that ahead of
'cause
time.
those are really for like making things. But this is
Yeah.
probably something you already had. Let's just investigate. Just use your gadget to investigate.
Okay.
Roll me plus sharp. Let's not overcomplicate things.
7.
Okay. One question.
Okie dokie.
Either from the list or from your brain. And I will tell you honestly and with reasonable detail what you discover.
I would like to know simply what happened here.
Okay. So, Hector, you see Hinks take out this device that looks sort of like a modified EMF reader and start to scan the area. You make your way sort of around, kind of taking a perimeter, kind of circling in slowly, methodically, making your way to the center. When you reach the that sort of center area of this spot that is roped off, you do get a little bit of activity on your meter. Not enough to signify that something is currently in the area. More like a sort of residual energy that has been left by something here. So you can get the impression that something, either supernatural or magical, or a creature of some kind, something that was not simply human, occurred here when this man was killed.
Yeah. All right. So that was kind of, was it like an origin point? I guess like, am I able to tell if magic is what did it, or if it was a creature, like a magical creature? Like, was a spell used versus?
Yeah, I think you'd be able to tell. It seems to you, based on especially because you do have sort of some samples from some pretty magical creatures. It seems more along those lines than perhaps just a spell.
Well, it is a creature, though not one I am particularly familiar with.
Does it give you a picture or something that I can look at? I don't know how it
Like
device
an
works.
encyclopedia. That is a good idea. No, it doesn't. But I'll put a pin in that. Unfortunately, the readings aren't as precise as I'd like them to be. Still a very new device, needs more data, essentially.
Well,
Given more time, I think I could further investigate this area with a bit of tinkering, or we could find the body, which may hold traces of whatever we're looking for.
I think we should try looking at the body. That may be the best. Excuse you. Sorry, a cat is trying to get into the closet.
The cat did it.
I find that we'll find more information, or I've had better success in the past with examining the remains when these sorts of attacks happen. So we should try that.
Perfect. Maybe it'll give me my component that I would need to further calibrate this. I will say I have demons on the brain, so if it's a demon we're after, I'm your man. But
I'm hoping it's not. We've fought a lot of demons lately.
Yes.
It's getting a bit monotonous. We should see what they have there. Okay, let's go to the coroner's office then.
Perfect.
Realizes that he doesn't want to teleport someplace with Hanks. Do you have a car?
No, I got a ride here with young lad, name of a comic book character. Calvin. Is it Calvin?
What?
One
Watson?
of Miss Wasner's associates.
Right. We should get an Uber.
Uber is. You notice that Hinks does not make a move to get an Uber. He just sort of waits.
Hector holds out his hand and summons his phone from his the pocket dimension and starts dialing or starts typing away.
Okay.
Containment device specific to your phone.
Yes. I mean, for lots of things. I've gum too.
Interesting. Hinks notes this.
Note this. The two of you get an Uber and drive to the coroner's office. We'll leave you there for the moment and pop back to Ms. Winton's house, where she and Victoria are making a jelly roll. In the midst of this, Victoria, you did roll your beginning of mystery move, with which you rolled a 7. So you got a vague vision, which I have detailed for you in a message. You may share as little or as much of this as you wish.
He is not paying attention.
Very strong vision that hits you very suddenly.
Victoria has moved and she is like grabbing the jelly from the shelf. She kind of feels the vision start to come on, like sets down the jelly very roughly, and then like moves to the other room to sit down. And she, when she like, you hear this sound emerge from the other room, that is something that you've written a lot about. It's very like sexually charged. Maybe I would call it a moan. And she just kind of like has both of her hands on the side of the chair, and she's kind of just like staring at the carpet, like just coming out of it. I have visions. I just had a vision. That wasn't anything else.
Sign me up for those. And she'll turn on the stand mixer.
Victoria like straightens her shirt.
She turned on the mixer to give you a moment.
Yeah.
She's, she took the cold eggs out. She's like whipping up. She was in the middle of telling you why you put the eggs in the refrigerator because they don't over whip, and then that happened, and she just started making her jelly roll.
Yeah. Let's not talk about that ever again, please.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I can't hear you over the mixer.
Thank you.
Lay down. Could you grab that parchment paper for me, darling?
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
She tries to be not awkward for the rest of the baking experience.
Throw it
I
together.
do these things to my character, Savannah.
Parchment paper. She'll throw in the oven. Once it's in the oven, she'll take what looks like some white sangria out of the refrigerator. She'll pour herself a glass.
Please. Thank you, ma'am.
Seemed like you might like a drink. You want to smoke as well?
No.
I'm just kidding, love. So, visions, huh? You a psychic or something?
Yeah, they're not something that I can just call upon, but happens every once in a while. It might not even pertain to our case, but I just it was from the perspective of someone with a very nice look. Well, I guess I couldn't see their face, but it was a blonde on a couch somewhere, and it went on a little bit longer than I was comfortable with.
Oh my goodness. Well, Ed did like to talk about his bratwursts at the barbecues a little more than was circumspect, I think. So
Seems like a typical male.
Maybe that has something to do with it.
Boy, if it was from his perspective, he seemed to be having a good time.
Well. So, there's someone to start at least. Maybe we'll talk to Junie first, just to make sure. I don't want to don't want to put that on someone who can't defend themselves, but maybe
Right.
Junie has a better idea.
I think if I see the couch, then I'll let you know.
Oh, right. Right. This should be done in just a minute, and then cool a little bit, throw the jelly on, roll it up, it's good to go.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Unless you think we should make homemade whipped cream. That'll take just a second. I've got another attachment. Actually, she'll pull open the cabinet. She already had like the fucking kitchen made. She has another kitchen made like in
It
another
like pulls
drawer.
up from the bottom. Yeah.
Yes.
Victoria's like, and like goes on her phone and starts checking her Instagram.
Oh, if she has any sort of curiosity, Winton has at least, or Fabian has about 1 million followers on Instagram.
So how did you get into, I assume you're writing the romance novels in the room we saw?
Oh no, I'm just a huge fan. Yes, darling, it's me.
Oh. That seems like a hard business to get into, or at least to be successful at.
Well, to be perfectly honest, it just kind of fell into my lap. I had a friend, and we had book clubs, and then we all started sort of writing our own stories, and well, seemed like every week everyone was waiting around to hear mine, so one of her friends knew a friend who knew a publisher, and then it just kind of took off from there.
Interesting. Well, congratulations. That's a big accomplishment, and I've seen you done very well for yourself.
I just did it for fun, and then it just became something, so I kept on doing it. I'm trying to find a new genre to move into, you know? I did the spy noir for a while. It did fine, but well, now I might have to move into a more supernatural realm.
Do you ever
Could be
need
its own
stories?
series. Oh, darling, at this point, I have several. Always a thought, though. Taste this. Does it need a little bit more?
No, it seems like it's sweet enough to me.
Good. Get ready for that. Cool things down, roll it up, throw some whipped cream on top. Well, we can walk on over now.
Do you want me to carry it for you?
Oh, no, darling, I got it. It's got a little tray.
All right.
Throws on her loafers. Ready to go.
And the two of you make your way down the road, a few houses down, to another very large, ostentatious, not quite as big as Miss Winton's, but a very nice, very large home. The home of the Formans. Knock on the door. Well, ring the doorbell probably because it's a huge house. And after a moment, a woman, a little bit younger looking than Miss Winton, probably late 30s, maybe 40, opens the door, wearing a high neck, a black turtleneck, and black slacks, and no shoes with black socks on. Miss Winton, you know this is your neighbor, June. She answers the door. Oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't expecting visitors today. How are you, Isabel?
Oh, Junie, don't worry. I just wanted to drop this off and just see how you're doing, love.
Well, you know, doing as best I can. Why don't you come in?
Wonderful. This is my dear friend, Victoria. Do you mind if she comes in?
Oh, of course. Welcome to my home.
Sorry for your loss.
Thank you, dear. And she kind of makes her way down. We'll just, I guess we'll just set it in the kitchen.
Of course.
For now.
It's nothing, just a little jelly roll, just something sweet for you, darling.
Well, you always know what cheers me up. It has been a day.
I'm sure. Do you need any help with anything? Arrangements? It's someone to. I'm sure you're gonna get a lot of meals, but someone to take care of anything at all.
No, I mean, it is so sweet of you to offer, but no, I think I've got everything handled. Obviously, the estate and everything, some of it's going to have to be transferred over into my name, but that's fine. I can do some paperwork. We have a lawyer for that.
I know some good people too, estate management. You just let me know.
I'd appreciate it. Yeah, other than that, I mean, we had our wills and everything drawn up quite a bit ago, around the same time as the prenup. So, should all be taken care of.
Good. Well, I hate to be a gossip, but darling, do they know what happened? Was it a heart attack? What?
They have no idea. And they won't tell me anything, which is, as you can imagine, just so terribly upsetting.
Very frustrating, I'm sure.
How upset is she?
Surface thoughts, or are you trying to probe a little bit deeper?
I will try to probe deeper, but for right now, surface thoughts.
Surface thoughts. She is upset. She is more frustrated than she is upset, I think, at the moment.
by us being there or by all this stuff?
Just in general.
Okay. Okay. But yeah, once things start going, I'll probe a little deeper.
But yes, it's all very terribly upsetting, but you know, we must go on.
Oh, of course, soldier on as you must. Well, what do you think you're gonna do? Are you staying in the neighborhood?
Well, I mean, it all depends. Once the life insurance policy comes through and everything like that, I've got my accountant working on everything, you know, making sure we can still afford the rest of the mortgage. There's not that much left to pay off anyway, so hopefully we'll still be neighbors. I would hate in my time of need to lose this community.
Of course, of course. Have you heard anything from anyone else about the disappearances?
Well, whispers, you know. Fortunately, I suppose no other bodies have turned up. At least not in the street.
Well.
Ed did always know how to make a scene.
Well, oh, Eddie.
Are they thinking it's some sort of serial person if there's all these disappearances going on? I mean, y'all have good, you know, I worry for my dear friend Isabel, the security in this place. I thought it was good.
Well, it's certainly supposed to be.
It's
that
top
would
of
be
the
terrifying.
I know, we're paying top dollar for it anyway.
I'm so worried about it. And are they going to do anything to step up the, you know, patrols or anything?
Well, I would certainly hope so. The police have been hearing from me. Well, they've heard from me several times, if you know what I mean. I've been trying to get some more patrols, especially around the area, around the outside of the perimeter, that kind of thing, but they seem to think it's an isolated incident.
Oh, believe me, I already gave Irving up at the front gate a piece of my mind, so, the very least.
Poor man. He is really too old to be doing that job.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone have any theories? I know you do like to, you know, you have your projects.
Are you calling me a gossip, Victoria?
That is not what I said.
She's calling me a gossip. You know, Junie, you know. But have you heard anything?
Well, you know, nothing really of substance.
Oh, who cares about substance? What do you got?
Silly rumors. And I'm gonna need one of you to roll to manipulate.
Oh, boy.
This is a southern lady you were talking to.
I got 2 charm.
You
are
got
you
2
3?
charm? No, you go, girl.
Okay. Come on.
What is this neighborhood I've created?
9.
Neighborhood of lies.
It's a neighborhood of lies.
Oop, that's the wrong move. Okay. So they'll do it, but only if you do something for right now, for them, to show them you mean it. So I think she sort of comes back and is like, you know, I hate to sound selfish in all of this business, but between you know what's happened and the grieving process and you know having all the neighbors' eyes on me and everything, I don't really want to also come across as the you know, the one that's going a little batty.
Oh no, darling. You are grieving. You are entitled to a little bit of leeway, if I may say so.
Let me show you something. She leaves the room and says, come on. And sort of walks down a hallway, a long hallway, makes a couple of turns, past some bedrooms and into an office. Much like one of Miss Winton's offices, she goes over to a computer that is sitting on a desk, and kind of Hunt and Pex types her login and takes much longer, Victoria, than you would like for it to. And she clicks around for a minute. She puts on her reading glasses and she is sort of looking around, and then she says, found it. Now, I told Ed that installing these security cameras was a good idea. He said they were too far out and I was being too nosy. And do you know what?
You were right.
Exactly. And she pulls up a video from a security camera that is clearly set on the front of their house, kind of pointed at an angle. So it is showing their front yard and then sort of down the road. Now she says, now this is from, I would say about, well, based on what the police told me, about half an hour before it happened.
Oh.
Oh, I just don't like to think about it. And she plays a little clip of video for you. You can see a sort of black and white. It is from the middle of the night, probably around 2:30 a.m. And you see very briefly, I mean, at first she plays it and you see sort of video of the street, and you see a street light sort of flicker on and off very briefly, and nothing else, but she points to it and goes, there, did you see that?
You have to give me one more try, darling, with these eyes. I saw a little flicker. What was it?
I'll what do they say? Enhance. And she goes and she rewinds it and zooms in on the video a little bit, so it is like zoomed in closer under the streetlight. And she's, now I know there is a way to play it slower.
Just
And
it's
no,
this.
I swear they update this so much.
Could I?
Oh, Vic, she's wonderful at these things. Do you mind?
It's
Oh,
just
honey, please.
Yeah, control. All right, there you go.
Oh, that's
Victoria,
thank
press button.
you.
Whew. Y'all show smart. All right, and she hits the button again, and it plays sort of zoomed in and slowly. And as the streetlight flickers for a moment, as the light goes out and comes back on, you can see a figure, sort of like a shadowy figure, standing under the streetlight. And then the light flashes, like sort of flickers again, and it disappears. Now y'all saw that, right?
Oh, I did that time.
I'm gonna look to Isabel to make sure that she like actually saw something. Just yeah, no, that's weird. How? Have you heard of anything about this happening with any of the other disappearances?
No, nothing like this. I mean, there's always the occasional, new neighbors move in. They're not used to living in such a big house, so they hear the creaking or the moaning. They think their house is haunted. Really, what they need is just to replace some copper wires. I do watch that Ghost Hunters on TV.
It's always just something from one of these old houses.
I know. But nothing serious.
Right.
Can we print off this thing? Is there like a print? On mine, it's that weird little symbol in the P, but I have a Macintosh, so.
I don't know. I think this is Adele.
Oh. Can you print off one of these, Victoria?
Yes, you can. I would like to help her print it off, please.
You know, honey, I'm just gonna let you do it.
Extremely triggering for me, given
Oh, no.
training a middle-aged woman at work right now, and like screen sharing and watching everything happening in slow motion.
We're
and
not.
just-
This is all in
Uh.
pure fun. We know that people over the
Yeah.
age of 45 are capable
Yeah.
of using technology.
Uh.
Just want to throw that out there.
And if you
I know
find
they
one, please
exist.
introduce them to me.
She gets up from the desk and says, "You know what, honey? I'm just gonna let you do it. Just don't go clicking around in any of those files on the right."
Boy, what are on the files on the right?
Do you click on them?
No, but she probably has surface thoughts about them.
They're very similar to some of the things in Miss Wynn's novels that she writes.
Okay. Victoria, not a lick of this on her face. It's just like, oh, of course not. And prints out the page.
Well, I hope that's helpful.
Oh, it absolutely should be. You know, the watch and everything. Like I'll be talking to Irving and that. What is that new young man's name? Benjamin. Yes, I'll make sure that he knows as well.
Right. Well, I'm a bit tired. So
Of course, you have my number if you need anything at all. We're down the road. You know that.
of course. And thank you so much for the roll.
Oh, anytime, love. I'll whip up another one. If you're hungry later tonight, you finish one there off, you just let me know. I'll whip one up real quick.
I'll give you a call.
All right. You know, cheek kisses. Bye-bye. Take care.
I'm so sorry
So-
for your loss again. Nice to
Thank
meet you.
It was so lovely to meet you, my dear. And you leave.
Mm-hmm.
All these characters are based on people I grew up with. You
Oh,
know
boy.
who you are. So,
Okay, so
Uh,
I getting a read on her during that conversation,
yes.
digging a little deeper.
You have to roll for this.
Yes, I do.
Go ahead.
Am I rolling weird? What am I rolling here? You can allow your you can without actually you can also manipulate someone without speaking. You can see your roll moves as normal. Expect the lowest. Okay, so this would be reading a bad situation.
Is this a bad situation?
Or investigating a mystery.
Did you click on the files? Because that answer may be dependent on whether or not you clicked on the files.
They're both sharp. So I'll
Mhm.
say roll sharp, and then if there is a question on either one that sticks out to you, we can go from there.
Okie dokie. Oh boy, howdy. I did advance read a bad situation,
Okay.
but I don't know if anything on here is gonna help.
So you got a 12.
Let me see.
I'll say if you're wanting to like gain more insight into those surface thoughts that you were reading before, it's probably going to be investigate.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I think I want to find out what her true thoughts about all of this are, both in what caused it as well as her thoughts and feelings on her husband.
Okay.
And like if I
Um,
can get any extra goss for Isabel, I'm in.
Okay. Yeah, you press a little deeper after reading her surface thoughts into her mind, the mind of June Foreman. The frustration that she is feeling is mostly sort of underlined by, one, she's telling the truth when she is saying the cops are not telling her anything. She thinks it's because they're incompetent. There is also, I think, because she mentions her grief and her grieving a couple of times. Those any sort of feelings of grief or missing her late husband are just not there. There's nothing underneath that. There is some frustration at not knowing what's going on. There's a little bit of a sense of relief.
Oh,
relating to him. There's a little bit of spite mixed in there as well. As you sort of press in farther, as she is sort of showing you what is on the video, she doesn't want to say it, but she's convinced it's a ghost.
okay.
You get sort of flashes of random episodes of some like Dateline type reality show that talks about like the ghosts of spurned women in white.
Ah, okay.
That kind of thing is probably where she's pulling from.
Yeah. And any like after I get that information, I'm just gonna like piece around to see if there's any gossip on like the neighbors. Just a little bit.
She is convinced that her husband is having an affair with their newest neighbors. Some neighbors that just moved down at the end of the block who are significantly younger.
Mm-hmm.
Than them.
Blonde?
One of them's blonde.
The female?
Mm-hmm.
Solid. Yes, I will say goodbye. And as we are walking back over, lean into Isabel. So she is convinced that her husband was having an affair.
I told you. What did I say? I told you.
She thinks it's the blonde with the new couple down the street.
The Olivers?
Perhaps. I don't know.
Now, Miss Winton, you know this couple has already caused a little bit of a scandal in this more conservative neighborhood because they are both women.
Interesting. The couple is two younger ladies, so
I didn't tell her that. Well, I told her I was psychic, but I didn't tell her that I could read minds. Too. I don't know if she guessed. Okay. Yeah. So she does think that the police are incompetent, and she thinks that it's a ghost that killed her husband, like a woman in white situation. But
that might just do it. Does Isabel know like the other disappearances? Were they all men?
An excellent question. They were not.
Okay.
Most of them were men, so 5 other people have gone missing from the surrounding area. 3 of them men, 2 of them women.
Were they all in a serious relationship?
No.
I don't know. Maybe we should do a little bit more digging around the neighborhood. I mean, I know for the most part everyone around here, but not everyone. Oh! Barbecue! Since they're not doing it, I'll do it. I'll just invite the whole neighborhood. And I'll invite all of you, and then we can just pick and poke around at everybody.
perfect. I was wondering, your house is just so wonderful. Could I
thank
take
you.
pictures of it for my Instagram?
Oh, honey, you gotta do it for the gram, of course.
Awesome.
Are you following me yet? Well, are you following Melanie yet?
No, I didn't. I'm not a huge fan of reading in general. I just don't do it a lot.
Well, it's not rocket science, darling.
Well, I know. I'm busy with, cheering.
I have a mint condition of the rules of the rogue. I'm going to give it to you. It's going to change your life.
All right. I mean, I pretty much know what I'm doing.
I'm sure you do, darling. But sometimes it's just nice to hear about someone else that also knows how to do it. If you know what I'm saying. Well, come on.
The face that Savvy just made is the face that Victoria makes as soon
When
as
did
she
this
turns her
game
back.
get so fucking horny? Like, what is happening?
A really long time ago is the thing.
Oh my god.
Somebody's out hornying Victoria, though. That's what's happening.
Jesus. Y'all need to take a shower.
She's a romance novelist. It's literally what she does. What?
So here for this. Oh boy. Okay. We're gonna plan a barbecue.
Yeah.
You're gonna plan a barbecue, and Hector and Hinks are gonna plan a break-in. And that is where we're gonna end our session for the day. The last one ended sad, so we'll leave this one here. How's that for you?
This
Sad-
one's just gonna
sad or
end
horny,
horny.
you
Yeah.
decide. Yeah. There's only two
the
types
two
of
genders.
endings. Yes, the two genders. There's only two
Sad
genders.
and horny.
Sad and horny.
We're gonna get up to a lot of hijinks next time. Thank you so much, everybody, for hanging out with us today as we had a little bit of an interlude and some fun scenes and the beginning of a new mystery at the end of the session. However, the keeper will ask the following questions. Did we conclude the current mystery? No.
Just started.
Sean, you look like you're gonna say something snarky.
No, I'm always gonna say something snarky, but I'm not gonna do that to you today.
Okay. Did you save someone from certain death or worse?
We
I
mourn
mean-
somebody from certain death or worse.
Listen, Abby and Wynn being stuck in this situation was a fate worse than death. So we did save them. Victoria saved Wynn from having to be a part of this
Abby also
horny
saved
endeavor.
The professor from
They saved
getting
themselves.
down in a spiral trying to do this all by himself.
Okay, fine. Did we learn something new and important about the world?
I'm in chat. God damn it. Anyway. We learned a lot of new and important things about the world, I think.
Yeah.
Such as?
The existence of one Isabel Winton.
Well, we learned that there's a best-selling romance novel series that is auctioned for.
Yeah, we learned it's gonna be optioned on Netflix. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
We're
There you
gonna
go,
have to
that's
talk
the
about
world.
that.
It doesn't
I'll
say it
tell
has to be
that.
important information about the world. Just
It
says
does.
we knew.
No, it does say new and important.
I never
Oh.
listened to that second part.
Belial,
I know none of you fuckers ever listen to me.
Belial
okay?
needs something new to watch. All right. It is.
It's very
absolutely
important. I'm gonna call it important. This is Wynn's livelihood we're talking about here. Did we learn something new and important about one of the hunters?
Yes.
That
We
she
met
a new
exists.
one.
Met
That's
a new
she's-
one. We learned some stuff about Abby.
Mhm.
Yeah.
A lot of new stuff about Abby, yeah.
Had some very
Learned some
human
stuff about
moments
Sal.
with Professor Hinks, which was nice.
Did learn things.
Yes.
Okay. So 2 XP for everyone.
Do we get another XP because we learned things about ourselves?
No.
Okay. Just
Aw.
No.
Well, you're one of the hunters.
no, like ourselves as people.
Players.
About this
What
show
did you-
being so incredibly horny.
Where have
did-
y'all been?
Right?
There's a clip. There's a clip
Apparently
in the
nice
video
and
that
sweet and
introduces
innocent.
this
I'm
channel on
sorry.
Twitch, in which Sid says, "I'm pretty good at mixing it up," and Rob says, "Is this a threesome thing?" really
That is true.
Yeah.
That was a while ago.
That was a long time.
Yeah, Rob does say that before every game now. So.
Do I?
You do.
All right. Well, speaking of learning things about yourselves, if sad and horny are the two genders, then I must be bisexual.
Hey!
I'll leave you on that note.
Okay, and with that, take your XP as well as any XP from. I don't think anybody failed any rolls this time. We didn't roll that much because interludes. But
How many XP?
2.
Sorry, I blinked.
No, you good.
Level up.
2 for everyone. If you're leveling up, make sure you're keeping track of if you're taking shit from other playbooks. Put it on the handout. Boy, we gotta organize that handout. There's all kinds of shit on there. But the stream doesn't need to worry about that. What the stream needs to worry about is the fact that we will be back 1 week from today, December 27th, 2020, our last session in this hell year. So excited. Same time, same place, right here. In the meantime, we have a little bit of a slow week on the channel, but we will be here on Tuesday for Tabletop Tuesdays. We're playing Masks, another episode of our Squire Squad mini-series with some of these faces here, as well as a couple of others. And then we'll be off for the holidays, and we will return on Saturday. So we'll be back next weekend as well. In the meantime, we'll probably do some video game streams and things like that. These people also have their usernames below their faces now, so you can follow all of them on Twitter and some of them on Twitch as well. And I think that's all I need to say. Any last words? Okay.
No.
Well,
I had
until
nothing
next time.
clever.
You have nothing clever. That's okay.
No.
Next time. We will see everybody on Tuesday, and then we will see these wonderful folks in a week. And until then, a good game and good night, Internet.